Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, with your leave, Mr. Speaker, and by the leave of the entire members of this House, I seek for the suspension of our rule, Order 804, to allow me move a motion of urgent public importance on the urgent need to address the anger, confusion, and agony that trail the 2025 JAMB examination UTME in Nigeria. I so moved, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Can Honorable Olufemi Adeleke second this first leg of the motion?
I remain Honorable Dr. Abdulmaruf Adewale Adebayo. I speak for and on behalf of the good people of Irepodo Orulu Olonoda, Oshogbo Federal Constituency, and from Osun State, Mr. Speaker. I rise this morning to move a motion on the urgent need to address the anger, confusion, and agony that trail the 2025 JAMB examination UTME in Nigeria. Mr. Speaker, the House notes that the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board JAMB is responsible for the conduct of entrance examinations into Nigeria tertiary institution through the computer-based test, CBT. The House also notes that the Unified Tertiary Institution Examination, UTME, is a crucial examination that plays a significant role in the admission process across all tertiary institutions in Nigeria. The House further notes that the 2025 UTME is Nigeria's third worst performance since 2016. The worst performance over the 10 years period occurred in 2021 when 87.2% of the candidates scored below 200 marks. The second worst performance occurred in year 2020 when 79.2% of the candidates scored below 200 benchmark. Aware that Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board JAMB released the statistical analysis of 2025 UTME showing that 78.5% of candidates representing the 1.5% scored below 200 out of 400. The woeful performance has renewed public outcry. The House also aware that the struggle to reach examination center contributes to maths failure. Many candidates are required to travel many kilometers to access the nearest CBT center. This, however, has psychological effect on the candidates. Concerned that this situation exposes young candidates to affordable risk, including road accidents, kidnapping, and other forms of insecurity. Further aware that fatal accident claimed the lives of several students who were on their way from Oyo to Ogbomoso to sit for the 2025 UTME examination. Recall that the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board JAMB admitted that there were errors caused by human and technology, which resulted to poor performance of students who wrote the 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination, UTME. The House also recalled that the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board JAMB finally bowed to mounting pressure from education stakeholders, parents, and civil society group to reconduct the 2025 UTME for 379,997 candidates affected by the technical glitches in Lagos and the southeastern region of Nigeria. Cognizance that urgent improvement in the technical and logistical preparation for JAMB we avert unnecessary risk, agony, and improve overall performance in subsequent JAMB UTME examination in Nigeria. Our prayer. The House resolved to observe a minute of silence in honor of the victim of tragic accident. 2, urge the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, JAMB, to establish at least one CBT center in each of the 774 local government areas across the Federation. 3, mandate the Committee on Appropriation to include the construction of computer-based test CBT center in all the 774 local governments across the country in the 2026 budget estimates. 4, mandate the Committee on Basic Education and Services and ICT with JAMB and relevant stakeholders to ensure all technical glitches are identified and addressed accordingly. Mandate Committee on Legislative Compliance to ensure compliance and report within 4 weeks. I so moved, Mr. Speaker.
Amendment. Seconder, and then we use the floor for amendments and
I want to thank the mover of this very important motion, sir. There are a lot of factors. Sadly, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, in constituting the committee to investigate this poor performance, we need to ask JAMB why certain questions, examinations were fixed for 6:30 a.m. in the morning for these our children. When we look at the security situation in the country and logistics, well, JAMB should come and explain why they fixed examination for 6:30. And Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, this House once passed a resolution directing relevant educational agencies that the under 16 policy, the policy that under 16 students will not be admitted into our institution, we directed that they should suspend the policy. Sadly enough, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, JAMB has refused to release the results of all under 16 students, contrary to the resolution of this House. I want to add to the prayers of the movers of this motion that JAMB should be directed to release forthwith the results of all under 16 students. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, my brother. We go to Honorable Oga for amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, I rise up this afternoon to amend this very good motion, able moved by my colleagues. Mr. Speaker, in a local government, there is no place where ICT can be installed. I amend that it should be installed in all our various secondary schools, so that is where, or various primary schools, where most of these students are being taught or trained on how to manage ICT. For example, most of the ones that are being installed by NCC, that is only the one that is working in most of the schools in some various constituencies. It is being mounted in local government. There is no any provision in some of those local government except in schools where some students will have access to it. That is the amendment, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
It's a social responsibility that we're exercising in that. So I think for you to say that we should extend to all secondary schools, and we should
extend it to all the secondary schools in the country.
Well, we get a secondary, but to me, secondary schools, except for the federal secondary schools, are under the jurisdiction of state governments.
But there are some secondary schools that's being managed by the federal
government. That is one. Secondly, if you look at the number of secondary schools we have in the state, sometimes in local government you can have up to 10, 15.
Yes.
Are we sure that we're being realistic about the cost that will be incurred by government, knowing the paucity of funds available for critical projects in this country. Are you sure it is realistic to demand that the federal government should go to...
Yes, it's a motion that is expressing some concerns of what happened with the UTME examination, but I think this motion somehow should commend the registrar of JAMB. Mr. Speaker, I can remember this House gave me the responsibility to investigate JAMB with respect to what happened with that little girl, Miss Oma, when she manipulated her result and trying to accuse JAMB for not giving her the score that she has scored. I investigated this matter thoroughly. I tabled this report on the floor of the House, and the House considered all our recommendations. I think this motion on this House is very unique for what happened with the JAMB, the registrar. He came on national TV. This man was shedding tears for what happened, for the negligence and dereliction of duty of some of his staff that caused these glitches in 70 centers in Lagos and some centers in the southeast. They identified this. I spoke with the registrar this morning. What really happened is the negligence of some of his staff when they found out. Mr. Speaker, what Nigerians should know, no two students taking the UTME have similar questions. Each individual out of 1.9 million candidates, each one of them will have a different question. And no individual contact with any candidate. But there are certain things, technical things that some key officers should do at a point where the examination is taking place that were not done. And that's where they had some individuals, some candidates had these glitches. And the system automatically identified those candidates. So it was not a manipulation or it's not anything. And the result was consistent since 2003 up to this moment, was consistent with the way UATME is being taken. The man came on national television, accepted the fault, which is not common in this country. And he apologized to Nigerians. And I think this House should commend that effort to our public officers. This what do not happen in this country, where officers, their staff manifested or demonstrated dereliction of duty, and then you find the head taking responsibility. It is not common. And I think this House should commend this man so that we will continue to have these people. And immediately he said those 300 and something thousand students will retake this examination at an appropriate time, and they will follow it. I think we should commend this organization. And this organization, remember, Mr. Speaker, when he came, this organization was turning 1 billion, 2 billion as a revenue. When he came, he was turning 17, 18, 19, 20 billion. I think there is a demonstration of some level of honesty within the organization. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Sada. While I commend what you have said, and I don't think anyone is indicting him here, we are all saying investigate what has happened and who to blame for. So I think the motion is in order as well. By the time we refer to the appropriate committee, they will do the needful by investigating and reporting back to the House. Thank you for the contribution. Honorable colleagues, I don't think if we need to really overheat this argument. We have said enough. So we'll just go ahead and put the question. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred